Hello, my friends. So the world continues today. There's no zombies, no meteors, nothing. I'm kind of bummed, not because everyone didn't die, but there was a certain lack of excitement for that day. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, crazies on the news doing crazy things because they thought the world was gonna end and things like that. So I could laugh at them and sit on the news and be like, "Yee, look at these retards." But no, there was nothing like that. But so I kind of decided that today I want to talk about something a little bit more significant and a little bit more serious as well. So first off, my prayers go out to the people of Newtown, Connecticut. It was very unfortunate what happened there. It's just something unthinkable that, man, I just can't imagine why anyone in this world would ever think of doing that to children. But, it's unfortunate. And, there's really nothing we can do now to change it. We can't go back to the past. But either way, I think one question that a lot of people have brought up is, do we need to change our gun control around in the States? So the way I look at it is that there's two sides to each argument for gun control. And that is obviously, one side says, do we keep guns? Do we allow people to just carry guns around with them everywhere? Obviously in self-defense, not just to shoot people you don't like. And then another side of me says, do you banish guns entirely? Don't even let them. You can't have it for self-defense in your house. You can't do anything with it. I mean, most states don't allow you to carry guns out in public anyways, with the exception of, I believe, Arizona. I don't think Arizona lets you carry. I think Arizona rather lets you carry guns around for self-defense, but you can't. I think you can't like put your hand on it or draw it out in public. But that was just from a video of one of those like law-abiding citizens that try to walk around pushing the law as far as they can. I think I saw one video of some guy in Arizona that walked right up to a cop with his gun just hanging out of his waist, and the cop was like, "Can you put that away, please?" And then the guy was like, "It's the law. I can carry it around if I want to." And then the cop was like, "Yeah, but I just don't feel comfortable around you with a gun." And then they got into a huge argument. The guy kept bringing out the Arizona state laws. So anyways, I think that's not important though. So let's just talk about the two sides. Alright, so let's first talk about banishing guns entirely. As in, you can't hold them in your house for self-defense. I mean, you just flat out can't have guns. There's nothing more to it. If you get caught with any sort of gun, a pistol, a rifle, whatever it may be, you get arrested and put in jail and you get charged with whatever. So, a couple of things I think about this first is, the black market, right? So we know that there's a bunch of illegal things out there that people will get their hands on either way, right? Namely, marijuana, right? Illegal. You can't get caught with it. It's it's decriminalized, I know, in several states and whatnot. But either way, you can't have it. It's the law. You just can't have it. But people get it anyways, and I think it was, oh my god, what was it? 70% of America smokes marijuana, I think. Not 100% sure. Alright, but whatever. Anyways, what I wanted to say was that the black market, I think, will allow people to have guns either way. So what I mean is, not that the people that want guns in their house for self-defense, they're not going to go into the black market and try to get guns. They're not going to put themselves at legal risk just to defend themselves. What I'm saying is the people that actually have a motive to attack and kill, they'll go out and they'll find a gun. I mean, it's just, that's how it's going to be. There'll be guns in other countries, and it's just, people will be able to get their hands on it. I mean, not only that, but you can buy parts, and people know how to build guns. And so, I just think that even if you ban them, shootings will still spring up because they'll be able to get their hands on the guns. I mean, the guns aren't just all going to vaporize. It's unfortunate, but. And the other thing is, if we had banished guns, then again, and if you couldn't have them in your house for self-defense, I think a couple of shootings could have been stopped. Now, I didn't look too much into this guy that unfortunately shot up the school in Newtown. It just sickens me so much that I didn't even want to read about it, didn't even want to hear about it. So, the little bit I did hear was that it was his mom's gun that she carried around the house. The guy was psychotic, and maybe if she didn't have a gun in the house, and I mean, shame on her in the first place. She should have had it more locked up so that he couldn't just get his hands on it, you know, for like nothing. But you know, I mean, if guns weren't allowed at all, she probably wouldn't have had it, and he wouldn't have been able to get his hands on it. But a lot of other shootings, though, unfortunately, would still have occurred whether or not guns were allowed for self-defense. Alright, so now let's examine the other side. So, for having guns on you at all times, so you're allowed to, we'll say, legally carry guns with you. They have to be hidden from public, so you can't just have guns hanging on your chest and things like that. It probably wouldn't be like you carry semi-automatic rifles with you. It'd probably be more something along the lines of you can probably carry like select pistols, so I'd probably choose very dumbed down handguns that are legal to carry around with you in public. But the other thing I was more thinking about would be you could carry guns, or not you, but public institutions could have guns for self-defense. So the school, for example, could have carried a gun. Again, it would be, the law would have to kind of state that they would have to hide it because you don't want kids running around trying to find the gun. So it'd probably be in a safe. I know there are gun safes. I saw something like Sports Authority the other day, so they could just throw a gun in there, and only the principal and other proper authorities would have the ability to get to the gun. And the idea behind this is, if you arm everyone, it would become kind of a thing of, do you stop the attackers and do you limit their motivation because they know that once they start shooting, people can defend themselves? As in, if this guy, once again, I hate bringing up this guy that shot up the school, I mean, it's just wrong, but if he knew that the school had a gun and the principal would potentially be able to shoot him had he attacked, would that have stopped him? Would that have, I want to say, trying to find the right word here, unmotivated him? Probably just made a word up, whatever. Would have unmotivated him to not shoot up the school, to rather just stay at home and continue with his life. Now, of course, one thing that's going to be brought up, and one of my concerns, is safety. I don't know how safe you would feel. I don't know how safe I would feel knowing that there's guns locked up in my school and that some idiot could have the potential to get into that safe and grab it and start shooting people. I find it highly unlikely, but I mean, either way, we live in a society in which I don't want to be living where there's guns everywhere I go and people are always carrying guns on them. And that would just be unfortunate and not the kind of society that I'd want to live in, for sure. And the other problem is, well, we're all very good at Call of Duty. I don't doubt it. I bet you're an LLG pro and everything and whatnot. But let's be honest now, majority of us, we don't know how to shoot a gun. I've never pulled a trigger before. I think I know how to. I would guess that's probably not too difficult. But there's a lot more to guns than you would know than you think. I mean, what do you do when it jams up? There's safeties. I mean, a lot of people don't know there's safeties. I had personal experience with that, but not important. But and anyways, so there's a lot of knickknacks to guns that I don't think a lot of people would understand. And so basically, what you'd be doing is you say, if you pass a law that says, okay, you can carry guns around wherever you want for self-defense. Now you're just sending out a bunch of untrained people with guns that don't know how to use it, and I mean, in the end, it's just like, you know, something could just go horribly wrong. And the other thing is, you know, if a threat comes up and, you know, someone feels threatened, whether it be with a gun or maybe something less significant, and say maybe someone says, I'm gonna beat you up, or I'm gonna jump you or something like that. And now all of a sudden, this guy has a gun, and you know, likelihood is he's gonna pull it. He's gonna say, oh, you know, I'm gonna shoot you if you don't. And that's what all these problems could escalate to. And even, I would say, worst case, verbal arguments could turn to people pulling guns on each other. I just don't think that. I don't know. I just don't have enough faith, unfortunately, in society with everything I've seen as of late, to put faith in people that carry guns around with them. I mean, that's just how I feel. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. That's my opinion. I just don't think society can be trusted enough to carry around guns. I think people would see it as kind of a new defense weapon, when it should really just be in last resort protection, and so I would say I think we need to perhaps instead step up and make increasingly strict laws and banish guns a little bit more thoroughly. Maybe get rid of semi-automatic rifles entirely, ban those, and just have pistols. And then that would hopefully limit the amount of tragedies around here. Wouldn't completely, but it would definitely reduce the damage. But leave me a comment, tell me what you guys think, and thanks for watching. Peace.